Welcome to I Learned a Thing in the Bathroom from Dollar Shave Club, where we explain something very complicated in mere minutes to occupy your brain while you shave. In this edition, we'll be answering the question, will insects ever take over the world? As explained by someone who sounds smart because he's British.
The first thing to note here is just how perfectly designed most insects are. Take their strength, for example. The heaviest weight ever lifted by a human was in 2016, when 28-year-old Brit Eddie Hall performed a deadlift of 500 kilos, slightly over half a ton. The effort burst several blood vessels in his head and nearly killed him. But that weight was just 2.7 times Hall's own body weight. The world's strongest bug, the dung beetle, can lift around 1,000 times its own body weight, which is impressive even after you factor in that it's mostly just lifting large balls of rhinoceros poo.
Well, that sounds like a charmed life.
It's not just strength, they're tough too. The ironclad beetle, for example, has an exoskeleton so resilient that scientists can't even pin it to a board without drilling a hole through it first. Many insects have incredible offensive capabilities too, like termites, which can shoot glue from their faces, or the wood ant, which can spray acid from its abdomen. Insects are heavily armoured, and in many cases heavily armed, survivors, way more capable of defending themselves in their natural state than we are.
So, if insects start growing to human size, are we, to use the scientific terminology, completely boned?
We'll never know because, and to the relief of everyone, that's completely impossible, thanks to the way they breathe. Insects don't have lungs. Instead, they have tiny tubes called tracheae distributed around their bodies to take in air. Since this air is just sort of wafted about, it can't travel very far. The total distance is only around 1 centimetre, which explains why you never see insects more than a few centimetres wide. The oxygen can't penetrate any further than that. Until a new breed of bug evolves with lungs, you can feel secure in knowing they'll stay relatively stompable.
So how are these bugs going to wipe us out then?
Bugs may not overthrow us, but they'll almost certainly replace us. You've probably heard the idea that cockroaches could survive a nuclear war, and it's largely true. In a test performed by the team on Mythbusters, cockroaches exposed to 1,000 radon units of cobalt-60, an amount that would kill a person in just 10 minutes, half the roaches were still alive a whole month later. 10% of the roaches exposed to 10 times that amount of radiation also survived. So, yes, cockroaches really will inherit the Earth. Or, what's left of it.
At least when bugs take over the Earth, we won't be here to see it.
Well, it really depends what you mean by take over the Earth. There are 7 billion humans alive right now, but there are 10 quintillion insects skittering about at any given moment. That's a 1 with 19 zeros after it. Nearly 80% of all animals ever classified by scientists are insects. Bugs couldn't care less about us humans. They live in our homes, they eat our food, and often bits of us. But mostly, they ignore us as an irrelevance. This is already the insect's planet. We just live on it.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna go outside and scream until my throat explodes. Tune in next time for more I Learned a Thing in the Bathroom. And in the meantime, head to dollarshaveclub.com for more podcasts and a big old pile of grooming products.